So there's a reason why this country has over 60% of adults in the category of being obese. However, the nutritional market, the nutritional products market is like a $3 billion industry. So like these two things don't align. And there is a very good reason for that. My name is Selena Pizarro. I am a holistic business coach, but before I became a business coach, I'm a holistic health and nutrition coach that originally started in corporate traditional healthcare. So why I say that diets don't work and that meal planning, though I have written hundreds of meal plans, I have come to the realization, and I did so in my holistic health coaching, that dieting does not work. And the reason why most people, like around this time of year, they only last to January 21st on a new meal plan, on a new exercise plan, on a new wellness plan, is because it doesn't address the issue. But let me back up here. Like I mentioned, I was in corporate healthcare for 20 years, behavioral healthcare, and I saw tens of thousands of patients go through the behavioral healthcare system, and we had an average readmission rate of over 65%. And I realized after going through my own health journey where I lost a bunch of weight, started bodybuilding, and got into the holistic nutrition and fitness business, that there was a reason for this. But before we get to that, let me just tell you a little bit about my background and my story as to why you should even listen to me in the first place. So, in corporate healthcare, in behavioral health, those 20 years reviewing patient records, over 10,000 of them, I saw tons of people not get well after being in our system for like 90 days on average. So 90 days on average, readmission rate 60 something days. And this type of facility, these types of facilities, behavioral health facilities, address all kinds of issues for people. However, it was not healing the issue. And that's because we're looking at surface problems, looking at, your routine throughout the day when you're in a structured environment, that it's very easy to follow doctor's orders, to follow a nutrition plan. But once you get out of that environment or a life problem happens, then you revert back to your old self, to your old habits. And I saw this to be 100% completely true in my own situation. So, as a facility director in these behavioral health care facilities, I was burnt out, I was stressed out, and after 20 years working in them, I found myself in the crux of a near death and life changing experience myself. I nearly died in one of the nurses' stations because I had an allergic reaction to some food that I had never had a reaction to. And the nurse I was chatting with took a patient's EpiPen, shot it into my leg, and brought me back from an anaphylactic shock where my heart had stopped. And like I said, near death experience. So I had a huge wake up call that something had to change. I went through and did tons of research, met with nutritionist friends and the doctors at the facility to come up with a plan. And basically, it did not involve any of the 6 or 7 medications I was on at that time. It involved me going through a plant-based detox and a cleansing of all things to see what the heck I was allergic to. Fast forward about a year, I found myself on a fitness journey that ended up with me bodybuilding and professionally bodybuilding for 3 years. From there, I started to train other people. It was just a natural transition. I had changed my body so much that other people were like, what the heck were you doing? Right? So I started training other people, creating meal plans, and ended up leaving corporate healthcare because it just didn't align with me anymore, the traditional healthcare system. And people were getting results. But what I found was that when you are confronted again with life, or people leave just because on average, most people only stick to a health and wellness plan for about 4 tops 6 weeks, that they revert back. And I wanted to find out why, what was different, right? So I dove into my own journey, and I remembered on my first ever bodybuilding show. I had done all of the things, I was all tanned up. I got in like the crazy dark tan that you do before you go into a bodybuilding show. And I had on my sparkly, teeny weeny purple bikini. And I got on stage and I was like a deer in headlights. I totally forgot what I was supposed to do. I walked out kind of like a football player where you're supposed to be all flirty and pretty and fun. And I blew it. I like totally bombed. And it was because I felt like, what am I doing here? Why am I competing against all of these younger, prettier women? And it was a mess. I was so disappointed. I had done all of this work and it was a hot mess. Now, fast forward 6 weeks from there, I decided to go back and not give up and came into my second competition and I won. I got first place. Now, the only thing that had changed between the first competition and the second competition was that and it wasn't my workout, it wasn't my meal plans or any of that kind of stuff. It was that I did this process that I now call my 30-second magic movie trailer visualization. I did this process where I visualized myself winning. I visualized myself walking across the stage and the crowd cheering for me, my family in the audience. I could feel the weight of the trophy. I could feel the lights on the stage. Like pictured myself in a new bikini, all of these things. And I created a new memory in my mind, which hadn't happened yet. But when I got back to the stage, I had already won so many times in my mind every night for 6 weeks that it just came out naturally. And everything about the situation happened and unfolded perfectly as if it was already memory, because I had rehearsed this in my brain. So this process of changing my behavior and my beliefs about myself, because in the first one I did not believe that I was worthy, did not believe that I should even be there amongst all of the other women, to the second time where I had already won and all of those beliefs had shifted. I realized that this was the missing ingredient to helping others in their wellness journey. So I tell you all this to share with you, if you are a health coach and you are creating meal plans for other people, they might be getting some results, especially around this time of year. Everybody wants to have a resolution, or everybody seemingly has a resolution of losing weight, getting healthier, getting more fit. And this is why during this time of year, new gyms pop up and that the gym membership rate goes up by 60%. But then after January 21st, it starts to decline. And by Valentine's Day, it's back to normal. But the majority of gym memberships are sold between January 1st and February 13th. And of course, that's because of the whole New Year's resolution, but people usually give up. And this is the reason. Like, I broke the secret code on why people don't follow through or don't change when it comes to just following a simple meal plan or exercise plan, because they don't change the beliefs about themselves. So as a holistic nutrition and fitness coach, and this was about 6 or 7 years ago, I created a program that addressed these issues along with the exercise, the nutrition, all of the things that you need, all of those habits that you want to form, but rewiring and creating new beliefs about themselves, creating a new identity, creating new memories, and getting back to what even started someone's belief that, they had to use food maybe as a way to fill something that was missing from them, or their relationship with food had to heal. Something was causing people to either eat too much or not take care of their bodies in a proper way, because most people, when you talk to them, they'll say, I know what to eat, I know what to do, but they don't do it. And this is the reason, because there is some belief that we hold about ourselves that comes from normally, when we're a child, up to about 6 or 7 years old, but uncovering these beliefs and helping people create a new memory, a new belief was the key to helping people have true life transformations in their health and wellness journey. So, health coaches out there, if you are writing meal plans and you are spending tons and tons of time to create meal plans, wellness plans, exercise plans for people, I implore you to dive deeper and to look at it from a holistic point of view. And this is exactly what I do with the health coaches that I work with. It is the difference between giving someone a one-off meal plan for about $250, which again, I've written many, many, many of them, to giving people a full life transformation over the course of about 90 days to 6 months, depending on the situation. Now, this can be done. You can transform your client plans into a holistic program very, very simply. I have reverse engineered my process that I use to help hundreds of women transform their lives for the better, for life, into a simple 3-step process that you can apply to the client plans that you're already using. This is remarkable. Now, what this means is that not only can you give your clients more of a transformation and something that they will just rave about your services, but you can also get into that high ticket programming and stop trading hours and hours and hours that it takes to create these meal plans and fitness plans for more dollars. The cheapest holistic transformation program that I personally have sold was $2,000. Most people program are anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, and they're happy to pay that because you're giving them a true life transformation. And one lady that I worked with, her name was Christine, and she had expressed to me how transformative this program was, that she had spent tens of thousands of dollars in inpatient treatment, much like the treatment facilities I used to work in. And between the doctors and the medications and the inpatient stays, nothing had healed her addiction with sugar. Now, I created a basic meal plan for her, but I used this reprogramming. She was one of my first clients that got this reprogramming. And within 4 weeks, she had completely healed that relationship that she had with sugar. And she was able to not only heal herself and lose weight, but because of her change to her diet, not including all of these candy bars that she was eating, she was able to take up running. That was her ultimate goal. She wanted to run in a marathon. And if you know anything about how sugar works on the body, especially the artificial sugars and the high fructose corn syrup that they put in candy bars, it totally kills your bones. So your bones become very brittle and very fragile, and it can be dangerous to do something like a marathon, but they're very restorative. And once you start, once you get rid of sugar and detox from sugar, you can heal quite quickly. So she told me all of this, and she was like, I can't believe that the $250 meal plan and these sessions that I've had with you was what actually healed me, because prior to that she had spent tens of thousands of dollars, and that was like the light bulb that went off for me. So I tell you this to share with you my journey and why, if you are a health coach, you need to stop writing meal plans and stop writing exercise plans and work with me to create a holistic transformational program that's not only going to amplify your client's results, but it's also going to allow you to get paid your worth. I see too many health coaches working tireless hours to only end up getting paid what, like maybe the highest paid employee at McDonald's makes. Like I was making less than $20 an hour when I worked it all out with all of the hours I was putting in with my clients, even though I have tons of certifications and education and had transformed hundreds and hundreds of women's lives for traditional health coaches. You just don't get the recognition and the pay that you deserve. And quite frankly, for a meal plan or fitness plan that most people can go online and Google for free. So again, this is why I implore you to click the link in my bio, sign up for the series that I just dropped, which is my 5-step Glow Boss method, where I break down exactly how to take your client plan that you're currently using and transform it into a holistic, transformational program that not only demands high ticket prices, but is going to give your clients that just amazing whole lifelong transformation that they deserve. So I just wanted to jump on here and share with you my backstory on how I came about this program and these steps. And it is very simple. It can work for pretty much any client plan that is currently getting results. There is just some tweaking that needs to be done to it to make it that holistic program and allow your your clients to have that commitment over 3 to 6 months. So if this sounds like something that you would like more information on, again, you can click the link in the bio and take the Passion to Profits quiz or sign up for the Passion to Profits series, and we will get started. Because really, it all starts with where you're at and what your profitable persona is. Everybody is different. Everyone's journey is different, and that goes for us health coaches too. I hope you're having a fabulous Friday, and I'll chat with you real soon.